For those of you who are feeling somewhat exhausted, tired, and experiencing relationship fatigue, the search to meet the person that you would ultimately spend the rest of your life with, the one. Some of you are becoming discouraged, and some of you are losing hope. Some of you have already given up, but I have good news for you. Those of you who are in your 40s and 50s, the good news is right now, brothers and sisters, you are, if you're in your 40s and 50s, you really are at your all-time best. That's the good news. The good news is you're smarter now than you've ever been. Yes, even those who study the brain and how it develops, they've determined, the neuroscientists, that human beings achieve their intellectual zenith around mid-40s or somewhere thereafter. So you are at the top of your game if you are in your 40s and 50s. No more rookie mistakes, no more freshman mistakes. What do I mean by that? Well, if you break life down into increments and assign grades to life, just like we did in high school, then at some point of your life experience, you are more so a freshman in life. We know that freshmen don't really know their way around the new school and what have you. The school is excessively, it's monstrous in size, and it takes a minute for them to acclimate to all of the responsibilities that they will have to adjust to over the next 4 years. Well, from age 19 to 29, I consider that your freshman years in life. Why? Because from 0 to 18, you didn't know a thing. And all you learned was what you learned from your parents or your elders, teachers, and or spiritual leaders, but nothing pertaining to relationships specifically. You kind of had to figure that one out on your own, and that happened generally after high school for the majority of us. So you made a lot of freshman mistakes, a lot of rookie mistakes. Not necessarily nothing that that you have to regret, but you couldn't have made your best decisions because you really weren't all that prepared. And in your 30s, you probably made different mistakes, not the same mistakes, but sophomoric mistakes, if you will. No longer freshman mistakes. Well, if you're in your 40s, now you're not making freshman and mistakes that the sophomore would make. You've pretty much repaired the damage that might have been caused in your 20s and 30s. That's the good news. But everyone looked forward to that senior year. So from 40 to 49, those are your junior years, that decade, when you just about got it together and you're being prepared to enter that senior year when all the scouts are coming out looking for you, trying to recruit you. So you want to have a powerful, knock-down, drag-out senior year, and that's the good news. I'd like to take you back 20 years ago when there was a retail shop called Build-A-Bear. Let's have a little fun with this, if you don't mind. I spent a lot of time in the Build-A-Bear, and it was a great concept. Children get to go in there and customize the teddy bear to their liking. What if, as an adult, you could build the man or the person of your dreams? How would you describe him? What would he look like? His height and weight? How would he sound, his voice, the tone of his voice? Would you give him more of a Barrett White sounding voice, or would he sound more like a El DeBarge or somebody? It's up to you. There's no right or wrong way to build him. It's to your liking. His personality. Is he funny? Is he quick-witted? Is he shy and mostly introverted? Is he the life of the party? Or Is he kind of standoffish? Is he a great dancer, or does he have two left feet? You get to build him. Get a pen and paper, write it down, describe him. Now, once you've described him in detail, add his education, his level of education, his occupation, his income, and what have you. All of those things, put it in there. Now, to the point of where you actually can see him. Do you see him? Okay, now if you can see him, do you see him with you? If you see him with you, the first question is, why is he with you? I'm not trying to make a joke out of it. Why is he with you? Can you explain why the gentleman that you describe, he's ideal to you? Why is he with you? Because, and I want you to provide an answer to that. You know, the whole thing about falling in love, it can be scary. The search for love, and there are all these experts and what have you, people who try to point you to this and that and tell you how to go about doing this and that. It's really a personalized experience. But I think Johnny Lee might have said it best when he said, well, I've spent a lifetime looking for you. Single bars and good time lovers were never true. He said, playing a fool's game, hoping to win, and telling those sweet lies and losing again. Hoping to find a friend and a lover. He said, I'll bless the day I discover another heart looking for love. See, it's one thing for you to look for someone, but is that someone that you described as your ideal mate also looking for you? You know, Johnny Lee went on to say, I was alone then and no love in sight. And I did everything I could to get me through the night. Don't know where it started or where it might end. I turned to a stranger just like a friend. He said, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love in too many faces. Searching their eyes and looking for traces of what I am dreaming of. What are you dreaming of? Exactly, specifically, the man that you built in your heart of hearts. Do you want him to feel like a best friend to you? A guy that you can talk to about anything? And how long have you been looking for this type of gentleman? And are you any closer today to finding him than you were when you first started your quest to meet him? If you have met him, who is he? Who fits that description? And based on your description, how many guys have you dated over the past 15, 20, or 30 years that's actually that guy? And if your answer is none of them, then why would you spend time or practice dating or trying to share your life with someone who does not meet the description of the man of your dreams? And if your answer to the same question, based on your description, how many guys have you actually spent and shared time with and dated over the years? If you say all of them fit the description, then if you were not successful in landing a long-term, meaningful relationship, healthy relationship to this point, then maybe the description, the guy that you described, is not actually the guy for you. Now, let's look at the description, have fun with it, make whatever adjustments you need to make him more real. I want you to use the fact that you are at your common sense best. And we're going to go from there. Because remember, no more rookie mistakes, and you are at your intellectual zenith. You are as smart as you've ever been in your life. Take that experience and apply it to your relationship, the dynamics of how you go about determining who you're going to spend your time with going forward, and watch how your life changes. Remember, I'm only here to help, because I want for you what I want for myself. I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to live a life of longevity and one of fulfillment. But above all these things combined, I wish upon you many, many blessings. I am looking forward to your response. Keep the questions coming. And as always, my name is Jay Jackson.